This bout is scheduled for 6 2-minute rounds in the women's super lightweight division. Brought to you by Solita Promotions, along with their great sponsors, Bet Online and Hotel St. Regis, Detroit. Our 3 judges assigned will be Domingo Ledesma, Patrick Schmidt, and Cornelius Stevenson. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, she comes to the ring wearing black with red and weighed in officially at 134 pounds. Coming to us from New York, New York, she brings a professional record consisting of 4 wins, 6 defeats, 1 draw, with 1 win coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jaica, the hit maker, Pavlius. And her opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the red corner. She comes to the ring wearing purple with black and weighed in officially at 138.6 pounds. A native of Lexington, Kentucky, she is now fighting out of Folsom, California, and brings an undefeated record with 9 wins, 7 of her 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Samantha, the Heat Worthington. Your referee in charge is Mark Fennell.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, rules over tonight. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands all times. Touch yourselves out if you wish. Back to your corners.
So women's super lightweight action. 6 rounds in the 140-pound division. Sammy Worthington, who has 2 top 5 ratings from 2 separate sanctioning bodies, taking on Jaica Pavlius, who, Al, I think we would both agree, might be the best 4-6-1 fighter on the planet.
100%. 6 of the fighters that she's faced have been undefeated, so this is the 7th one. She is a fighter who has a good overhand right. She's aggressive, and she can punch.
So far, a lot of jabs by Worthington at the beginning of the fight, and a lot of solid shots, straight shots, heavy shots by Worthington.
Sammy Worthington is a very good ring technician. I mean, she is a very solid fighter that has all the punches, and she knows how to box.
I mentioned the collection of amateur titles, national amateur titles from Sammy Worthington as she lands a pair of good right hands here. Just getting there first in these exchanges. Again, a little bit bigger, a little bit longer than Jaica Pavlius as she tries to break her way through with a couple shoulder bumps, shall we call that? Yeah.
I think she was kind of suggesting to Mark Fennell, might be time to break us, you know.
Nice sweeping right hand there from Worthington.
A lot of holding by Pavlius early, though. And there's Worthington switching to lefty.
Yeah.
She does that a lot.
Back to righty. Talking about Worthington.
Well, Pavlius trying to find the range where she can get her work off here.
Yeah,
and the size differential may be a big issue for Pavlius tonight. Nice opening round for Sammy the Heat Worthington. As Pavlius offers one more right hand, but Worthington right back on top of her at the end of the round.
I know.
It's round 2 underway. Good start for Sammy Worthington here against Jaica Pavlius, who's coming off a 6-round majority decision win over Chiara Daturi, another undefeated fighter.
A lot of activity by Worthington.
Pavlius throws wide punches often. There she got that right hand, and that's been kind of her downfall sometimes. She just doesn't straighten her punches out.
Two very different demeanors between these two fighters as Pavlius lands a nice right hand there. Sammy Worthington, one of the happiest fighters I think we've ever met. Very much a pastoral quality about her communication. Jaica Pavlius, excuse me, as stoic as they come.
Yes, yeah, she is, and you know, Pavlius feels like early in her career, she was kind of mishandled in fights she shouldn't have been in with short notice against the wrong people, and that in recent fights she's been able to show a little bit more where she should be. And this is a big, big, big test for her, and one that could mean a lot to her if she could do well. And of course, a lot on the line for Sammy Worthington, who could be 1 or 2 fights away from a world championship type chance.
And speaking to Worthington's promotional team and management, of course, they feel that if not for one of those big fights, and of course she's eyeing, and everyone in that weight neighborhood is eyeing, maybe she winds up in a title eliminator next, maybe in a vacant title fight. Big opportunities await, provided she can get the victory here tonight.
And this is a really fun round of boxing because both women are landing nice shots. Worthington doing better for sure, but Pavlius now starting to get a few counters in of her own.
Finding a home for that sweeping right hand over the top, but Worthington still bringing the heat in the closing moments of round 2. Well, the heavyweight rivals will collide for a second time on December 21st, live on DAZN, with Alexander Usyk's titles up for grabs in what promises to be a dramatic second encounter with Tyson Fury. By now on DAZN.com, and we all cannot wait for that one.
Stand there and just look at the referee. Oh, okay. Have fun in there. And lead her with their chin. Okay, smart. Make your way in there. It's so long. Okay. Yeah, go. Get there, Rand.
So round 3 underway. A better round there in round 2 for Jaica Pavlius, but appeared to likely be another Sammy Worthington round. And again, with just 6 rounds to work with, you might already be in the territory if you're Pavlius to try to do something dramatic.
Yeah, she needs to do something in this round because, you're halfway through the fight, but look at Worthington, just keeps that busy pace, working from the body on up. Those little flurries, you know, to the body keep Pavlius from, holding on too much to her. She's trying to break a rhythm. You see Pavlius holding again, but you see it's not the same anymore because of the body punching and the way Worthington is pushing her off.
Well, I gotta say, that cheery attitude we referenced with Sammy Worthington, that goes away immediately. She is a mean character once the bell rings.
Fierce competitor, and she's not above, pushing the envelope a little bit with physical activity. But you see there, she's just a very sound fighter, especially on the inside.
Very short,
body there.
Very short with her shots. She doesn't open up as wide as Pavlius.
Pavlius has gotten a few good counter right hands in, but not nearly enough in this round.
The left hook to the body, and this is interesting too because this may actually be the range where Pavlius can do her best work, but the physical strength and that tight work that you're talking about, Raul, are still just beating her to the punch.
Yeah, I mean, you see every time she tries to throw, but, Worthington's just a lot shorter with her shots, and they land faster. That's just the way it goes. Look at that straight left hand by Worthington, following up with a right hook, and she's a busy fighter. She stays very busy. during her fights.
Closing moments here of round 3 as Worthington wraps things up with a nice left hand from the southpaw stance. Back in her corner with her trainer, Moniette Flowers.
Well, Sammy Worthington giggles in the corner with her trainer, which is fascinating. And it's true, that's who she is. We see this kind of action where there's nothing funny going on. Both women are landing good shots, actually. Worthington did better work overall in the round. That was a part of the round where it's a great action. And there she switches to lefty. You know, Worthington does that so seamlessly, and it makes it work for herself. And she just, as Raul pointed out, she remains busy and real short, concise punches. I don't remember the last time I said that. A fighter giggled in her corner, or his corner.
She's been doing it the past 2 rounds.
Yeah, she's just, that's who she is.
But yeah, it's like a light switch. Then the bell rings and she's a different woman, you know.
So round 4 begins.
All business.
The demeanor has changed once more.
You know, Pavlius faced Summer Lin, who had a style very similar to Sammy Worthington, and it was troubling to her, as Worthington's style has been troubling to her.
Nice left hand right down the pipe there from Worthington.
Yeah, it looks like she's really sitting down on her shots. More solid with her shots. Not as fast, but really placing them and making, turning them over. Look at those angles.
Well, this kind of approach, somewhat similar to what Pavlius has been seeing often in sparring, as she is a frequent sparring partner of Amanda Serrano.
Very good point. And I'm not sure Worthington isn't just as good as a lefty as she is a righty.
Nice right hand to the body there from Worthington. These are sneaky body shots that she's placing in there. And look at that pivot on the inside.
I
Back
love those
to lefty.
angles. Yeah. She's there, she's gone. Hitting from different angles, confusing Pavlius.
There's the right hand from Pavlius. She's not thrown that punch as much as she normally does. And, you know, she has a decent jab, but mostly, ironically, uses it in the bare knuckle fight, not so much in boxing.
Pavlius, as you pointed out, has had some success on the bare knuckle circuit. She bloodied and stopped Randy Ekholm in April in her bare knuckle debut. But is running into a genuine 140-pound contender here tonight in Sammy Worthington. Sweeping shot there from Worthington as the seconds tick down here in round 4.
Stay southpaw. Okay. She ain't got no answer for it. Work off of this. Off that down and then go to work with it. That was a good round. Take deep breath. Deep breath.
Uzbekistan's MJ Akhmadaliev, the former unified super bantamweight champion, takes on Mexico's Ricardo Espinoza for the WBA interim world title Saturday, December 14th at the Salle des Etoiles in Sporting Monte Carlo, live here on DAZN. A sneaky good fight coming your way this weekend.
It's a great matchup.
That was a better press. She can't stop the southpaw.
We saw Mike Guy also in the corner of Sammy Worthington. It seems like whether he's training or fighting, Mike Guy is on every single episode of Big Time Boxing USA.
It's mandatory. Clarissa Shields, the promoter of Worthington, told me on my YouTube show that she is going to take Sammy Worthington into camp with her when she fights in September, and she said, I'm going to really help her get to the next level so that she can challenge for a world title. And and then Sammy Worthington also on my show, I said, you know what, not often can your promoter take you to camp and make you better.
Oh, look at that, the way she varies her combinations to the head, give him angles, uppercuts.
See Mike Guy there in the bottom left of your screen. He appreciates this kind of rugged body work. He's used that to score some upsets in his own fighting career. Worthington just seamlessly flowing between styles here. And you know, you go back to her targeting Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. Al, she's kind of borrowing a little bit from both as an orthodox fighter. You know, a little bit of pops of Katie Taylor. As a southpaw, a little bit of Amanda Serrano.
That's really true. I mean, it really is interesting. And, you know, she has 7 KOs in her 9 wins. She's not the kind of puncher that is going to wow you with one punch, but it's this volume that does it. You know, somebody like Pavlius, who has an amazing chin. I mean, she's been hit even in the bare knuckles with great punches. Hard to get her out of there, but Worthington gets stoppages with volume.
Volume has not stopped, nor does it in the closing moments here of round 5. 1 to go here in this women's super lightweight clash.
That's one. Come on. You in great shape, champ. Show everybody. Show the world. To the right, hook to the body, come over with this damn hand. Follow. Get this for the last round. You have to beat this. You have to. Try to stop
Sixth and final round here between Sammy Worthington and Jaica Pavlius. And a nice right hook immediately from Worthington and right back downstairs to the body. We have been very focused on the body work of Worthington, as has she. And Raul, she told us in fighter meetings she's been really working on sticking her body shots. How would you describe what sticking a body shot is?
Well, you know, really planting her feet, like really setting down on her shots, in other words. And I think at times she's doing that. I mean, so far I see really great combination punching from Worthington and her footwork, you know, her angles. And when she says, again, sticking, you know, I see at times she sits on her shots, like she kind of did right now with the jab. She tried to load up to the body. So she's been doing a great job so far throughout the whole 6 rounds. And she's consistent. It's like every round she fights her way, maybe picks up her punch volume. She's busy in there.
Final minute of this contest, and Worthington has maintained the same pace. But yeah, she walked into a nice right hand.
Yeah, and she smiled.
Best shot of the fight probably for Pavlius.
Yeah, well, she's been trying to land that overhand right, and that's her thing. That's her punch that she likes to land, and she finally got a really good one in, but Worthington was able to sustain past it.
Did she get cut with that?
She got cut
Yeah,
from that.
badly
She probably
cut.
did, yeah.
Wow.
Blood streaming down the face of Sammy Worthington, and you know, you're never lucky to be cut, but you're certainly lucky if you get cut in the final 30 seconds rather than the opening 30 seconds.
That's for sure.
That cut will not have an impact on the result of this fight, thankfully for Worthington, because that is really worsening very quickly.
And I think it was pretty likely from that punch, not from a clash of heads.
That will do it for this contest. So not the way that Worthington wanted to wrap this one up, but altogether, another impressive performance from Sammy the Heat. Well, a thrilling 7-bout fight card is set for Riyadh on a Saturday, February 22nd, which sees a championship title being competed for in each fight, and it'll be live on DAZN pay-per-view, billed as the last crescendo, Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol headline the night in an eagerly anticipated undisputed light heavyweight rematch, quickly turning around from their original undisputed fight in October.
And that fight card might be one of the best of the last decade.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely stacked from bottom to top. We can't wait for that rematch. But Sammy Worthington may have to wait a little bit before she gets back in the ring, because that is a cut that's going to need some time to heal, Raul.
For sure, yeah. Trust me, I know about that. You know, that a cut like that's going to take at least, I want to say at least 3 months to make sure that it heals right. You don't want to take any risks, you know. It's still, you know, it's their career.
Well, she is hoping, if she doesn't, as Corey pointed out, if she doesn't get a world title shot down the road in the near future, perhaps a title eliminator that would get her to the next level. Can anything stop her from smiling? Nothing. She has the most ebullient personality of anybody I've met in a long time.
A lesson for life from Sammy Worthington. Smile through the pain, am I right?
Well put.
All right, the decision is in the hands of Thomas Stryber. Let's send it back up to the center of the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 2-minute rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 judges, Cornelius Stevenson, Domingo Ledesma, and Patrick Schmidt, are in agreement. They all score it the same, 59-55, all for your winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated, Samantha, the Heat Worthington.
So Sammy Worthington remains undefeated, now 10-0. You heard the scorecards, a 59-55. And she can get back to dancing to Space Jam as we take a look back at the fight highlights.
Well, I look back at this fight in microcosm, and early on there was a lot of action, two-way action, even though Worthington appeared to be controlling the rounds almost completely, but Pavlius was able to get a few things done, but then the volume punching of Worthington became just really too much for her. And as Raul pointed out, she was consistent in the level of punches she was throwing, the number of punches she was throwing, and switching, as you see there, from righty to lefty, going to the body, attacking on different levels, and combination punching as well. So it was a fascinating effort from Worthington, and much like what we've seen on a couple other occasions from her, but this was really a very complete performance, and Pavlius never could quite untrack her offense, and except for a bad cut at the end of the fight from an overhand right from Pavlius that you can see there,